Back. Today's vid, short course. So Ken didn't drop. We know Ken Carson was supposed to drop last night. At 12. Cartoons. I don't know when it's coming out. Second week. Now, obviously, the day isn't over. It is currently noon, 12 p.m. As I'm recording this, July 17th. But my brother in Christ, I'm just confused, Ken. I'm very, very confused off of pure strength that we were supposed to get this after Experiment. Experiment dropped July 3rd of this year, of course, and we didn't. And Cartoons was supposed to drop on the 10th. It didn't drop on the 10th, right? There was rumors circulating that he did drop snippets, right? He did drop snippets. It was cool, but that's not getting the 8 tracks. I'm pretty sure that is rumored to be on the album, but on the EP. But it's more of a. Anyways, we're back. But yeah, I'm confused, Ken. I'm confused because we know everybody in the Opium label has lied before. Cardi being the main person. We could go into a whole specific of Cardi just lying to his fan base and lying to us as fans of when he's dropping and things like that. I mean, he's pump faked so much shit since he's been up. It is crazy. It is truly insane how much shit he's pump faked. Truly insane. But in all specifics though, Ken, I don't know what to say. Because we're originally supposed to be getting 2 other projects from Ken. Cartoons and then Opium Twins. Opium Twins is something that's been rumored for a long time. Dating back to, I'd say, 2023. Something like that. Okay? Maybe a little earlier, maybe a little later. I don't overly remember. But something like that, right? And I don't understand why it hasn't dropped yet, right? We know Opium, like I said, they don't do a good job of providing for the fans, right? I thought Ken Carson was an exception of that. Everybody else in Opium, okay, but Cardi being the main person because Cardi has been turned on. In a recency bias, Cardi has been turned on by the fans. Some people aren't really they're basically telling Cardi it's over, bro. You've had an amazing run. You're one of the most influential rappers, in my opinion, of course. If we're talking about the underground, yes, he's very influential, obviously. Goes without saying that he's a very influential artist in that underground scene. But you could tell that it's kind of, his effects are kind of wearing off. People don't see Cardi as a good enough rapper anymore. They don't. They simply don't see him as a good enough rapper anymore. And I understand that, right? But obviously, he's not really dropping anything. I mean, music dropped a year ago. So I Am Music dropped a year and some change ago, which is crazy to think about. But at the end of the day, that's how it rolls. It crumbles. Everybody in his label drops more music than him. I don't know if I can say better, but they drop a lot more music than what Cardi does. Okay, this could be a whole video talking about Cardi and his lies, and talking about just how trustworthy is he when it comes to music. Because we were supposed to have more albums for him than just four, right? But at the end of the day, because I'm pretty sure every other artist in his label has more. Every other artist in Opium has more studio albums than he has. Pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. We can go fact check this shit if I really need to. But at the end of the day, look at it, brother. Ken is confusing me because mainly this shit was supposed to drop on the 10th, bro. Originally. Didn't drop on the 10th, right? Didn't drop. I'm a little disappointed, right? I'm sitting here thinking it's like, okay, like, when are we getting it? Like, that's just the main question. We know sometimes with labels and with other stuff, things don't drop at a certain time, right? But when it comes to Opium, they don't like. Yeah, this is the second week in a row that Cartoons hasn't dropped. Okay, and I think Experiment was pretty good, but it's just like, now what? Like, you promised the people this EP, right? You promised in total 3 projects this year. Okay, on Twitter he said Cartoons 7/10, Opium Twins 10/30, 10/30 aka October 30th. Pretty sure. But we don't know how trustworthy Ken Carson is compared to everybody else. Because if he's lying now, imagine 3 months go by. These next 3 months go by. We get to October and Opium Twins doesn't come out. Him and Lone. So, simply, what are we doing? Like, oh my god. I don't know. I don't know. But no, though, chat. It's obviously this won't be the only video that we'll talk about this. Talk about this maybe later, but next video is a little bit more. I'm gonna give y'all some game, give y'all some advice, because school is coming back. Okay, it is July. Last time I checked, 17th now. So school will be back in full effect for me. So you'll be seeing uploads from me. We're gonna do some vlogs maybe. We're gonna try to get some stuff going, right? I'm gonna talk about some stuff, right? Another like I don't know, bro. Because at the end of the day, when it comes to being an artist, I don't really care how much leverage you have. It's all about, can you drop consistently? Are you consistently dropping? Are you giving your fans something to look forward to? Are you giving your fans something, and not even albums, a single, an EP? Are you giving your fans at least something to think about? Because when you get some, because when it comes to Cardi, bro, everybody done heard this shit. I remember it was 2024, and niggas thought he was dropping I Am Music at Christmas. Same thing he did with Whole Lot of Red, because Whole Lot of Red came out Christmas Day 2020, and he didn't do that. It took Cardi 5 years to make an album. To give I Am Music to the fans. And I Am Music was rumored for a while. Right? We know Cardi's a pathological liar in and outside of his music. Right? And it gets to a point where the people are turning on him, not just because of that, because just like his quality of his music, especially in features at the moment, isn't really that good as it used to be. But it happens, right? Not much that needs to be said. It's just like, moral of this video is, when is Ken Carson dropping? We don't know. Like, truly, I don't know. Because, simply put it, the world don't know. Okay? We know when it comes to Opium, that shit gets fishy. And I understand certain labels and certain things, but We don't know, bro. And when it comes to Ken, it disappoints me because he's a little bit more consistent than a lot of other people. But like, when you stop giving out music, people get bored. Like, we don't heard this shit already. We gonna get some new shit. Not even talking about Ken. That's just how it is. And when you got all these rappers coming up every day, trying to take somebody's spot, especially in the underground, you have to be able to stand out. You have to be able to drop consistently, because there's a lot of niggas on fucking SoundCloud grinding for this shit, and our favorite mainstream artists aren't doing anything. But that's enough for me. God bless y'all. Another day, another video.